Hello everyone, Arsenal's third bid for Declan Rice ready. Sami Mikbo is behind the story, and we are having the Kai Havertz deal to Arsenal soon announced. Details are really throwing in through, and obviously there is a case that has seen the sporting director of Arsenal get included as a witness, that is Edu Gaspar. It's all about Nuno Tavares. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And I hope you guys are really having a wonderful evening. It has been some good hours without updates, but obviously I'm going to really bring you the latest information as far as your favorite teams are really concerned onto this channel known as Rokani Media Football. So do the needful. Let's see close to 400 likes smashing this video, because you guys have shown me that we can have 400. And let's subscribe to this channel. If at all you're watching us for the very first time and you've not yet subscribed, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel, because we are just not far away from hitting 15,000 subscribers, and we're left with just 3 days to hit the end of this month. Now let's start it off with the story coming in from Sami Mikbo. He's really a chief football writer at the Daily Mail, tier 1 journalist coming in from England. Breaking: Arsenal are ready to submit their third bid for Declan Rice, which will move them closer to West Ham's £100 million asking price after Man City had the £90 million bid turned down. Now, one will come out and say, Rokani, maybe you are repeating these stories, but preparing, right? Preparing a third bid is different from Arsenal going ahead to let or to confirm to West Ham that you are going to bring a third bid. And being ready is different from preparing. Even if you prepare for 1,000 years, that cannot make you ready. You have to communicate to us that you are ready. So Arsenal are ready. Arsenal are ready, from communicating to West Ham, from preparing it to an emergency meeting, now to communicating to West Ham that you are going to submit, and now they are ready to put the bid in after Man City yesterday saw its bid of £90 million rejected by West Ham. And it is really great to hear that this is going to happen, as this is what you would love to see every time you really this is what you would love to see every time you are a supporter of a team like Arsenal, because this puts Arsenal close to getting this deal over the line. As I understand, the bid is going to be in the region of £100 million that West Ham is costing in for. I've seen very many people say he's not worth that amount of money. I believe he's not worth that amount of money, and I'm this kind of person who always believes that Declan Rice's asking price should be in the region of like 50 million pounds, because that's his value, according to me. That's his value. But if at all he's going in for 100, it shows you how mad the game of football's gone. And I would like to throw into something on that. That's why Ferdinand said in the current market he would go for 170 million pounds, and he's right. Why? In his era, he was among the top defenders in the world. He was among the top defenders in the world. He had every attribute that you would wish your defender to be having. That's why you saw very many people comparing Saliba to Rio Ferdinand, because Rio Ferdinand had the minerals of a defender. His physicality was okay. He had the pace, and the best attribute that he had was him being confident on the ball, like you see with William Saliba. So don't think that they are comparing William Saliba with Rio Ferdinand mistakenly. No, Saliba has traits of Rio Ferdinand. That is it. And he's still young, at the age of just 21. That shows you that Saliba can elevate his level. And to bring Ferdinand's argument of 170 million pounds to be valued in this current market, wait, in the next 2 years, Saliba will be worth 200 million pounds, because right now he's being valued at 100 million pounds. That is William Saliba. So in the next 2 years, I think he's going to go ahead and really put more and more and more and more on the table that is going to elevate his price to that level. So I don't agree that Rice is worth that amount of money, but this market is really violated, and the piracy in it is really too high that you cannot come out and obviously argue down the price put onto the head of a player. Now, Same Mikbo went ahead to say Arsenal have communicated their intention to West Ham to make a third offer for Declan Rice, which will move them closer to £100 million valuation. So Fabrizio Romano confirmed this to us, and I think even Same Mikbo has gone ahead to get it from credible sources that Arsenal have gone ahead to confirm to West Ham that the bid is going to come in through and it's going to be closer to £100 million. And then lastly, he told us that sources have indicated Arsenal's bid will be in touching distance of the Hammers' £100 million asking price. The structure of the deal will also be a key factor, with the West Ham preferring a guaranteed part of the fee be paid by the start of 2025. So that guaranteed fees is really one of those things that West Ham is really looking at a lot. That we are in 2024, we are in 2023, meaning that they want to give Arsenal 2 years to get that preferred fee out of the way. And one will ask, what is the preferred fee? Preferred fee is the upfront fee. Like you hear that Arsenal is going to pay £100 million, £80 million upfront fee, all guaranteed fees, meaning that for that, even if the player flops or what, they have to pay it. Now, the add-ons, sorry about that, the add-ons only come into play when the player's gone ahead to fulfill what they put into those clauses. Like, if Arsenal win the Premier League, West Ham will get £3 million. Meaning that if Arsenal doesn't win the Premier League, West Ham won't get that amount of money. If Arsenal qualifies for the Champions League, Arsenal will get this amount of money. If Arsenal doesn't qualify for the Champions League, West Ham doesn't get this money. If Declan Rice plays half of the games this season, Arsenal will get this money. If he doesn't meet those games, they won't get those add-ons. So that's the difference between the upfront fee or the preferred amount and the add-ons. So they want the guaranteed fees to be put up to done by 2025. So Arsenal has to pay West Ham all its 100 million, all its 80 or 90 million pounds in a space of 2 years. And how is Arsenal going to pay that? God knows. But I understand that these deals, however much you hear that it's 100 million pounds, that money doesn't go in at once. Arsenal can pay like 30 or 40 million pounds this summer. Then in the next quarter they can send like 10 million pounds. In the next quarter they can send like 15. So they have to lay out a very beautiful, attractive structure to West Ham that can convince them that Arsenal is going to pay them. And the problem is, Arsenal has never done business with West Ham. That is it. For the time I've watched the game of football, like I was understanding, by 2000, I've not seen Arsenal go at West Ham and buy a player. Has Arsenal bought a player from West Ham? Right? And has West Ham bought a player from Arsenal? I don't even remember. But I think Edin Ketia was loaned to West Ham a certain bit of time. So, I think that's the problem, that they've never dealt with West Ham. But if at all it was Brighton, they've dealt with Brighton on several occasions, right? So, if you've been dealing with a team, it's easy for you to get the deal over the line. That's why you said that the deal of Kai Havertz was easy to do. And I disagree with people saying that the deal of Kai Havertz was easy to do. It was not easy to do. The reason as to why the deal of Kai Havertz was easy to put to bed was simple. Arsenal have worked with Chelsea on some deals. David Luiz, Jorginho recently, and now Kai Havertz. That's why things have gone on smoothly. But if at all they had never worked out a deal with them, it was going to be very, very hard, because you at least have a common ground of negotiations, right? But right now, Arsenal and West Ham have not really done business in a while, and they don't know who exactly to deal with, as in to sit down and obviously relate to on their relation to simplify the equation. So that is it coming in from Sami Mikbo. Arsenal are reddening their third bid, and don't be surprised if at all tonight you hear that Arsenal have gone ahead to submit in their bid. Now, Sky Sports News. Kai Havertz move to Arsenal is close to completion, with a formal announcement expected this week, and it could even be made in the next 24 hours. Now, I've been receiving these questions, and you know what I do here? I don't come out here to offer false information. I come out here when I'm 100% sure on what it's gonna be like. This time around, Sky Sports has gotten a source that Kai Havertz to Arsenal is soon going to be announced, and it's happening in the next 24 hours. That is it. So we wait and see whether it's going to be announced in the next 24 hours. But he passed his medical, and the hugest part of it was done in Spain. So the 2 sets remaining are going to be done. Remember, every player does 3 sets of the medical, and after those medicals are done, obviously the player is given green light to be unveiled as a player of Arsenal. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But Kai Havertz is a player that is so much needed at the club of Arsenal, as Mikel Arteta wants quality in his midfield. I've always told you about players like Granit Xhaka. They are good, but they are not ballers. He's a mechanic in the usual language, so he wants to bring in ballers. That's why he said that every player that Arteta is looking at is a baller, apart from Declan Rice. Declan Rice is not so much of a baller, and I think he had thought of a midfield of Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Odegaard. But after Partey showed interest that wants to leave Arsenal, they have to go in and bring in another midfielder. That's why they're going for Lavia or Caicedo to really replace him. But all in all, Declan Rice is not so much of a baller, though at least he's a far much better baller than Granit Xhaka. That is it. So, as it stands right now, it's all great for the Arsenal side. Their first signing is set to be announced in the next 24 hours. So let's wait and see when Arsenal is going to unveil Kai Havertz. Is it going to be tomorrow morning, because they can surprise us with that, or they are planning to really unveil Declan Rice and Kai Havertz at once? Let's wait and see how that unfolds. Lastly, let's do a story coming in from Portugal, and it's all about Nuno Tavares. Remember, he was bought from Benfica at at 80 million euros, and now we've been told by Sports Witness that football agent Boaventura has taken legal action against Benfica over the transfer of Nuno Tavares to Arsenal in 2021, claiming to be owed 800k, that is 10% of the 8 million euros fee plus interest. Boaventura, currently under house arrest, named several witnesses in the case, and Edu Gaspar is one of those. So, on the sale of the player Tavares to Arsenal, the agent had 10%. That is it. So, 10% was not given to him, and I don't know why Benfica really had not to give the money to him. We wait and see what comes out of that case, but it's one of those that we are eagerly waiting to see its results. And that takes us to Nuno Tavares. He's returning to Arsenal in the preseason, and decisions have to be made. I've always told you, I love the player. He's really great, but if he doesn't change his attitude, especially his ways, he's going to waste his career. He could easily turn into one of the best left backs in the world, but he's just having bad discipline at Arsenal. That's why Mikel Arteta loaned him to Marseille, and at Marseille he was suspended for like 2 weeks, having had a very good season by the manager for not following the disciplinary code of Marseille. But he's playing the under-21s championship. Wait and see what comes out from there. So guys, your thoughts on Arsenal's third bid for Declan Rice ready are welcome in the comment section below. Kai Havertz to be unveiled in the next 24 hours as reported by Sky Sports. And lastly, we are having a very huge statement coming in from the agent that was between the deal of Nuno Tavares to Arsenal being owed €800,000. A sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, may Allah see you through accordingly. Me out.